my Another Sixers draft, another frustrated Broads. Last year, Mikal Bridges pissed off, screaming, freaking the hell out. And guess what? There's more of it tonight because I thought Elton Brand had a horrendous day when it came to the NBA draft today. I thought it sucked. It leads me to believe that he knows something. He must know something when it comes to the free agents that we're bringing back or something. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense after the performance he had today at the draft. Now, we pick with the first pick of our selections here, Matisse Thybulle, and we make a trade. We make a trade with the Boston Celtics to go out and get a Washington guard. Let me know if you heard that before. Didn't we do that with Markelle Fultz? How did that go? In my opinion, you just don't trade with the Boston Celtics. You don't. I don't care. I don't care if you think it's going to help your bets, but you don't make trades with these guys because they fleece you. That's what they do. They're good. They're good at that. They have a good GM. Whether you hate him or you love him or you think he's stupid, he's a good GM. He knows what he's doing, and I think he did a great job on the Boston Celtics part. We go from 24 to 20. We go out and get Matisse Thybulle, and we'll get into him. We give up the 24th, our 24th, and we give him the 33rd. One selection before our 34th pick. Keep that in mind because that is huge. That is huge. Matisse Thybulle, good defender. Great defender. Athletic. Good. Guess what? I want someone who can score. He averaged 9 points per game. I wanted a shooter, someone who could help space the floor off the bench 15, 20 minutes, another Landry Shamet type. But we go with a defender who can't shoot. And I'm not knocking him. Can he grow? Can he improve? Absolutely. Does he have some upside? Absolutely. He's a dog. He plays defense. He's tough. That's awesome, and I respect that, and that's great. I want someone who can score the basketball off the bench. Ben Simmons can't shoot. Zahir Smith really can't shoot. Matisse Thybulle can't shoot. What are we going to do with these guys who can't shoot? How does that help spacing the floor? So that 33rd pick, the one right before ours at 34, Carsen Edwards goes to the Boston Celtics. That's right. 24 points per game, 36% from three. A guy who can shoot. A guy who can score. A guy who can create his shots. Who can knock them down. Who can make it happen. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild how it works? Now, the logic saying, Broads, why are you freaking out about a 33rd, a 34, a 24, a 20? Like, why are you freaking out about that? This isn't the first, the second. And I get that. We're winning championships because of Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, if Jimmy Butler comes back, if Tobias Harris comes back. You're right. That is why you win championships. You need those type of guys. What about Fred VanVleet, though? Was that not an important role for the Toronto Raptors? I think so. Someone who can, score off the bench, who can shoot off the bench. What about Pascal Siakam? He was a late pick in the first round. There were guys out there and multiple picks. Like, we had a ton of picks going into the night, and we come up with one. We trade the 42nd and Jonathan Simmons for this much amount of money. This much. Can you see it? This much amount of money. We end up going with the 34th pick, the center for Maryland. What do? We trade him for a pick in the 50s and 2 second-rounders later on in another draft. That's why I sit here and say Elton Brand has to know something. It's the only logical thing. He has to know. Because if not, that was just so embarrassing. I mean, as I'm sitting here tonight, not knowing what's going to happen in the future, D+. Maybe a C- because you get Matisse Thybulle who can grind defense for you by the perimeter. But by the way, keep in mind, they played a zone defense at Washington, and he played like a specific role. How would that translate one-on-one to NBA defenders? We're going to have to see how that all goes, but just keep that in mind. I really am pissed off about it. I really am. I sat there and I said to myself, we can grab some players. What if we get a Ty Jerome, a Carsen Edwards? We walk out of there with 2 decent shooters, and we might be able to get one of those guys to really perform for us. Be a Landry Shamet type player. Yeah, I'm walking out of the night way happier. I am. We have 4 guys on our roster. Four guys. And I know we have Jimmy, Tobias, JJ, Mike Scott. We got some guys that we're working on to come back. 4 guys. And we come out of draft night with 1. I gave Elton Brand so much credit for going out there at the deadline, getting Jimmy before the deadline. The deadline, then Tobias came and all that. It was awesome. Jimmy was first, Tobias was second. I give him props for what he did mid-season. Tonight, though, underwhelming. I mean, I'm all around underwhelmed with how this all played down, considering what we could have gotten, considering what was available. I thought this draft was interesting because, yeah, you got your first 3 stars, and then you get your mix of 5 through 8 where there's, good talent. But I thought there were very productive players later in this draft. This was a productive draft where they're not stars. I'm not giving you stars, but NBA guys who can be a productive role. I thought that there was deep into that aspect when you're looking for that type of player. Now, Cam Johnson, the guy we all wanted, goes, 11th overall, and there was a big reach involved by the Phoenix Suns. That guy shot 45% from 3. Nasty. That's what I was looking for. And he can defend. What we came out of this draft with, though, I expected more. We got a guy who scored 9 points per game and can defend. Once again, does he have an upside? Yeah, absolutely. Can he grow? Absolutely. Is he athletic? Yes. I'm not knocking the kid. I don't want to sit here and make it seem like I hate him or I hate the pick of him all around. I hate trading with Boston. You should have learned last time. You just don't do it. It's not Matisse that I hate. It's everything. The trade with the Boston Celtics, despise, never will ever do it again. Missing out on Carsen Edwards. Yeah, I wanted to give it a shot. Whether it works or not, the kid deserves a shot. We need scoring. The kid shoots from 3. I want to give it a shot. Ty Jerome, I would have loved to give him a shot. That's what I wanted to come out of this draft with. Guys who we can put in a role on our bench who can help space the floor. Because we all know Ben Simmons isn't helping that. We need guys who can help stretch the floor. It's so simple. The draft's not even over. They're in the late 40s right now. There's still the 50 picks going on, and with the Sixers and how it's gone so far tonight, go do whatever you want with them. Trade them, give them the Europe stash, whatever, stash them in Europe, whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. The beef of it's done. We came into this thing with a lot of picks. And once again, it sounds silly. You're screaming about all these late second rounders. You need to hit on some of these. You do. And with more attempts, the better your chances are. You need to be able to hit on some of these for them to help produce down the line. You need a Fred VanVleet. It's as simple as that. The more chances to draft those Fred VanVleets, the better your chances are to nail it. It's common sense. So that's why I sit here, and at the end of it, speaking of sense, saving this much amount of money, getting rid of picks, not bringing guys in, Elton Brand must know something that we don't know. Another draft, another emotional broads. That's how it goes. Am I overreacting? Do you think I'm going too far? I wanted people with the ability to knock down a jumper, with the ability to put up points. We get a guy who's good. His steal numbers are insane. His blocks are nice. He averages 9 points per game. At Washington, a Pac-12 conference. People don't even trust the Pac-12 conference. Keep in mind, this is the same team we drafted Markelle Fultz, and I'm not going to give this kid, a beat down and say, well, he's got to be like Markelle Fultz because he's from Washington. I can't do that. Not everyone has, whatever Markelle Fultz is going through. But all around, what we ended up with leaving draft night, I'm just underwhelmed completely. And I think that's fair to say. If you're not underwhelmed, please tell me why. We had a chance to grab other players. We trade with the enemy. The enemy gets the guy we needed and wanted. One pick in front of us. We made the mistake with trading with them before, and we do it again. That's why I'm pissed. Let me know.